Do you want to do a little intro?
No.
Oh, how about who's this guy sitting next to you? Tucker somebody. Tucker somebody for some company. And he's going to show us all about Snowcats. All right, what's your first question?
Is it hard to see in the dark when it's snowing?
Yeah, so I'll help you out. My last name is Roberts. I'm Tucker Roberts, and I work at Crested Butte Mountain Resort. I work with the grooming department, and we're going to talk about snowcats. And the question was, is it hard to see at night when you're grooming when it's snowing? And the answer is yes, very much so.
You don't have lights.
See all these switches up here? These are all different lights. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different lights that we use. And then these are flashers. So there's this whole thing is a giant light bulb. And if you're ever driving a car with your mom or dad at night when it's snowing, it's like you're looking into a snow globe, and it's pretty hard to see. So you have to slow way down. You have to really pay attention to where your blade is. And then you've got this thing, which is a spotlight. So then you can kind of look around and find an object that you know is on the side of the trail, so you can tell where you're at. But yeah, it gets really hard to see sometimes. And since you asked how the cat drives, those sticks right there are what make the cat go forward and backwards.
What if I was just doing this at the time?
If you were doing that, we'd be doing this. Oh, gosh!
So does each one of those sticks control one track?
Yeah, so this stick controls the left track and this stick controls the right track. And you feel right in the middle. So there's that stop right in the middle. That means they don't go anywhere. So if you push them forward from there, backwards from there. To turn, you do that, and then you just go in a circle, and then you do that, and you go the other way in a circle. And you get sick.
Cool.
Is this all puke up here?
No, only a little bit.
What do the other controls do and all that? The screens and what?
Yeah,
what do we have in here?
The screen will show you how everything gives you your temperatures and your RPMs and what your engine's doing and how hot your hydraulics are and how deep of a cut you're making on your tiller. And it'll tell you if you're Dumbo. They call them Dumbo ears. I'll show you the Dumbo ears later.
Oh yeah, those guys.
It'll show you if your Dumbo ears are up or down. It tells you a whole bunch of.
When do you have to use the winch?
You have to use the winch on steep terrain when, say, there's been a whole bunch of traffic on it and the moguls have developed the big bumps. And if you don't want the trail to have the big bumps, you have to groom with your blade and you have to push that snow to make it flat again. So you have to put this big winch on there and it'll pull you up the hill so that you can really dig into the snow and flatten the bumps out as you go uphill. Because everybody, as they ski, all the snow works downhill. So the cat has to take the snow and push it all back uphill.
Oh, I didn't know you pushed it all back uphill.
It all goes back uphill almost
makes
every
sense.
night.
Where
Cool.
does it end up? Then where do you put it after you push it back up?
The snow, we just take all of it from the bottom, and then as we work, we gradually leave a little bit more and a little bit more so that it evenly distributes it back up the hill.
How does the groomer work?
How does the groomer work? That's a cool question. This barrel right here, this red barrel, it spins around really, really fast. And it just chews up all that snow. And then it chews that snow up, and then it lays it out in front of these groomers and these combs. We call them a comb. So as that freshly processed snow leaves the tiller, the combs smooth it out, and it leaves those ridges in there. So you get that really cool pattern. And then you remember me talking about the Dumbo ears? This is the Dumbo ear. See how big that thing is? So you can flop that thing down and it'll catch all the rubble that comes out the sides. And then you can adjust it up and down and how deep it goes and how fast it goes. And all those things are controlled by that joystick I showed you earlier.
Cool.
How does the track
look at, check this out. See how that front tire is kind of small and a little bit different than that tire and that tire and that tire and that tire? Well, that last tire back there, see how it's got, it looks like a sprocket? That's the drive sprocket. So there's a hydraulic pump back there, and that one sprocket grabs onto these spacings in between these tracks, these grousers it's called, and that's what it works as, a giant chain, big chain drive. And then the rest of these tires are called idler wheels, and they just make sure that the track doesn't fall off.
It's a winch cat.
Oh, well, what's a winch cat? Tell us, what's a winch cat?
What's a winch cat? Yeah, what is a winch cat? So it's like a normal, it's like all the rest of the cats, except it has this giant apparatus on the back of it.
Yeah, and what is that?
And what you just pointed out, you asked where the wire was, you put your hand on the drum, that's the drum. Point to the drum again. Boom, that's the drum. Look at all that wire. So there's almost a mile's worth of
Holy
wire.
cow, a mile?
How much?
Almost a mile.
That's not thick wire.
Xander calls this the scorpion cat. What's the scorpion part that comes off? What does that do?
The tail of the
So
scorpion.
in this part's called the boom, right? This big part, we call that a boom. So it can go behind you or it can swing out in front of you. What happens is you take this hook off right here and you feed out some of that wire, and then this hook you would put into an anchor. You have to anchor it. So we'd have another piece of wire that we buried into the ground with a bunch of concrete that is super heavy, so that this cat can't pull it out of the ground, and that it will be strong enough to pull the cat up the hill. So this goes to the anchor. Yeah, it gets super bumped out.
And remember how Tucker was saying you have to have a winch? They're ready to go for a ride.
So.
All right.
All right, guys. So, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna lift up the blade. We're gonna make sure that that wing works and that wing works, and that it tips this way, and the windshield wipers work, and that it curls this way. Oh, can't curl yet. Sorry, I lied to you guys. All right, so we're gonna idle it up. We're going to turn our track speed up, and then we're going to take our emergency brake off. And now, we're ready to go forward. And when we go forward, we just, like we said, right? We just push these sticks forward, and off we go. See that, Xander? And now those sticks stay there, so I don't have to hold them. See your parents, they're waving. There you go. See what that blade is doing now? See how I got a bunch of snow that I'm curling up?
Yeah.
You see that snow in the blade?
Yeah.
That's just how we push all the snow around.
This is slow.
Yeah, like I said, 14 miles an hour. This is about as fast as it goes right here. So all night, this is all the faster you get to go. That's all because the snow behind you, you want to make it look real nice.
Neat.
See, I'll grab a whole bunch of snow here.
Wow, a whole bunch.
We'll grab a whole bunch. The snowcat will slow way down. See all that snow?
Yeah.
That's a bunch of snow, right?
And then it just all slowly goes away.
Well, yeah, if you wanted to, you can hold on to it if you want. Carry it with you as far as you want. Or, see, we can open up that blade, tip it that way, let it all fall out that side.
Oh.
Back up and close the blade.
And then collect more snow.
Yeah. Grab as much snow as you want and put it wherever you want it. So here we go, under the bridge.
Under the bridge.
Turn on the tiller in the back. So see the tiller up there? I'm gonna hit this button and that tiller is gonna drop down. See it? Now we drop down?
Yeah.
And now we're gonna process the snow, and now we're gonna make the corduroy. So this is what we do the whole night. See how windy it is out there right now?
Yeah.
So we'll stop on the incline of it because it's trying to cool being up there. Here we go.
Well, how do you get down? I want to go down.
We'll go down on the other side. It's just a big knob. We'll go underneath the chairlift. Oh, that's
Can you
the
pass
radio.
this to Xander?
Oh, yeah, here you go, Zander.
So what does that mean?
That's my little radio so I can talk to the other groomers out there. Whoa! That's awfully steep, wasn't it?
That feels so weird.
This side's a little bit steeper. This side's a lot steeper than the other side. Here we go. Yeah. And down. See that rubble? All that rubble right there? All this extra snow right here. See that row of extra snow? We're going to grab that snow that we put here before. We're going to take it back where it came from. You can see that big bridge right there. And if you were skiing right there and you hit that, oh goodness, that would make you crash. See that big hole? So we're just going to take all that snow that we had and put it back in that hole and sneak it back out.
More powder.
Yeah. It's just
Why do you want it as smooth as possible?
like when you're skiing on it, if you're like a beginner skier and you're not very good at bumps, you want the snow to be super smooth so you can kind of learn how to ski. And like the downhill racers and the super G racers, they like that course super flat so that they can go as fast as possible. Here we are. Just stop this right here. Down, put the brake on, and there we are.
Look at that! Look at the Alpenglow!
Alpenglow! Whoa, that looks so cool right now. Woohoo! Thanks, Tucker.
The answer is it kind of depends on the snow conditions, right? So it hasn't snowed in a few days, so the snow is really firm right now. So you might have to go over the same ground more than once, probably passing a half or two passes.
Hey, down in front, we're trying to see Tucker. Sit down, please.
Hamming it up. I
Ton.
think if you took this one and that one all together, you could lift the snowcat up off the ground.
Look how tiny that one is. What's that one for?
I know, that was cute, isn't it?